Support for Radio Friends comes from Homestead Senior Care, providing trustworthy, kind-hearted senior home care services in your loved one's home. All caregivers are thoroughly screened, extensively trained, professional, and reliable. Homestead is all about providing the highest quality home care service to fit you and your family's needs. Plus, if you would be interested in becoming a caregiver, they offer great part-time positions. Give them a call at 573-442-4333 or check it out at homestead.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, July the 12th. Mel Zelenak is with us today, retired professor from the University of Missouri. The title you had, Mel?
It was professor in financial planning.
Yeah, okay.
And
all about money.
All about money. That's okay. About right.
Good to have you with us. And today we're going to deal with consumer travel tips.
Yes.
And where do you want to start?
Well, let's. I think you know I'm fond of a book called The Index Card, and the person who wrote the book said anything you want to know about finance you could put on this index card. Well, I'm going to try and do a little bit of that today with travel tips.
Okay.
And we'll start with one tip is, if possible, be flexible with your travel dates.
Oh, yeah, because 1 or 2 day difference, one earlier or later, can make a difference of several $100s or
yes,
more.
Or even more, yes. I like to use an example of cruises. The best time to go on a cruise, not necessarily the best, but a good time to go on a cruise is late November, early December. And the reason for that is the prices on the exact same ship are as little as a third of what they would be if you go the following week. In other words, if you go during the Christmas week.
Everything is higher.
Everything is much, much higher. And the other problem is it's very crowded. A lot of times you won't get a lot of congestion. Right around mid-November to mid-December is a great time, usually from a cost standpoint, to go on a cruise.
Okay.
Also, sometimes in January, the cruises work out very well that way. And same with airfares, Paul, the same way. I mean, if you have very, very few people going on a cruise, for example, the airfares are going to be adjusted downward as well. So you're going to save quite a bit. Hotels are going to be the exact same thing. So if you can be flexible with dates, that's one good tip I would suggest. Let me give you an example of one of the best cruise ships in the world. It's called the Allure of the Seas. If you go on November 18th of this year for 7 nights at Caribbean, $423 per person. If you wait until December 23rd, for example, the price is going to be almost triple that.
Because you're going into Christmas.
Because you're going into the Christmas time, yes. Second tip I'd like to give you is avoid baggage fees by signing up with the airline credit card programs. Generally, the first year on a credit card, as I'm sure you know, a travel card, is usually free, and then usually it's right around $100 or a little bit less.
Yeah, depending on what kind of card you have. And most of those will give you the first bag checked free. Mm-hmm. Some of them will give you 2 bags free.
Tell me more about that one then. Like Southwest, I know will give you 2 bags free.
Well, Southwest, if you have their credit card, 2 bags free. Well, they don't charge for bags anyway.
That's right.
Right. So there you're saving money. But United has, well, they've got several different cards. One, I think, is the Explorer card, and that gives you the first bag free. Then they have the United Club card, which is a little more expensive, but it gives you 2 bags free, and it gives you membership of their lounge, the airport lounge. Now, I could never see paying $500 a year to join the airport lounge. No, to join the airport lounge. But for less than that, you can get their credit card, 2 bags free, and the lounge, and it's you go in there and you have your.
So to clarify this, United for $90.
No. For their, I we don't want to start. We're not promoting all these different credit cards, but and I think all airlines are pretty much the same price rise.
Pretty much so.
I think for $90 to $100, most airlines offer a credit card with one bag free, and then you can go up a tier. I think, and I know United does, and I think American does, and Delta, where you pay more, but you get 2 bags free, and you get the membership to the lounge, which is a savings right there because you get food and drinks and 2 free bags.
And it's a pleasant environment,
It is
too.
a very pleasant environment.
You should know, too, and if you don't travel a lot, that lounge may not be worth it to you. If you travel a lot, it's a great deal.
Yeah, it is. But if you buy most of the lounges, if you do a year's subscription to them, it's $550.
That's right. Yeah.
To me, that's not worth it. But you couple it in with the credit card and the 2 bags free, it's a deal.
It becomes at least a viable option for you. Let me give you, while we're on this, consider lounge access credit cards like we're talking about here if you do travel by air quite often, because I do think, but basically what you enumerated and what our experience has been, that the lounges are well worthwhile, especially if you have a long layover. If you're going on an international flight, for example, and you have to have 6-hour layover. So some of these have showers.
Yeah.
Many of them, not many of them, some of them have free manicures, free massages, and so forth. So they can be good values, even for $500, which is fairly typical
But
cost.
a lot of and then I got a notice from American Express. They have not tied into any particular airline, but you get it. And I don't remember which card, American Express card it was, but you get that one, and you have access to 4 or 5 different airlines at their lounges. So you mean there are just all kinds of deals out there, but you have to look for them, and
Right.
it has to be worth it to you.
And let's talk about that one specifically, the American Express one. And again, I'm not promoting that necessarily, but that's the one that I prefer. And the reason I prefer it is what you said. Even if you're not flying on that specific airline, for example, like United or American or whatever, you could still go to these lounges. These lounges are very, very nice. And again, an Amex card will give you, in some locations, free, like Dallas-Fort Worth, gives you free massage, gives you free manicures, and so forth.
Oh, okay.
And showers in many of these. You also, with that one, get another kind of card. It's called a Priority Plus card. So virtually any airport in the world, you'll be able to use their lounge.
Okay, Mel, we're out of time right now. But if people want more information on any of this, what's the best thing to do?
Probably contact me at melscruises@charter.net.
Okay, all right. Or you can Google that information too.
You can Google it.
Yeah, but Mel will be happy if you'll answer when you're home because you're traveling most of the time.
No, I'm not.
Hey, Mel, thank you so much for coming by. It's always a pleasure chatting with you.
Good visiting with you, Paul.
Okay, we're out of time for today. Tomorrow, we're going to find out about Hero Fund USA. And if there's something you would like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Just drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a nice day. Bye-bye.